Welcome to the Copper King Mine and Railroad. Today we're going to talk about the Bingham Mercantile store, so stay tuned. Do you know why country western shirts never go out of style? It's because they're never in style. Today's video is about the Bingham Mercantile store. But first we're going to stop here at the Copper King Mine Business District and take a look around. Then we're going to go up and look at the big store up in Bingham. Today we're going to the store, not just any store, but the Bingham Mercantile Company, commonly known as the Big Store, or Bingham Merc. It was on the confluence of Bingham and Carfort Canyon. This is where the canyons divided, south up to Copperfield and west up to Highland Boy. This store became the canyon's most iconic landmark, with its location at the intersection of Main and Carfort, its unusual shape that was made to serve both canyons, and its roof line that could be spotted in any picture, and it was built out of brick in a sea of wooden structures. It made it one of the most recognizable buildings in the canyon. Charles Adderley and his partners built the first store in 1897. This first store was near the Utah Copper Hospital location, but within a year it had outgrown itself. The second store was built around the Social Hall site. This old store would later serve as the storage house for the big store. In 1900, Adderley acquired his partner's shares and became the sole owner. The final location, as we knew it, was completed in October of 1904. The spot where it will be built was once home to the Griffin House, a famous landmark in its own right. Look at some of these great pictures of the Griffin House. These two pictures, you're looking up Carfort Canyon in the back of the house. Then we have some Stanboard Foreign Insurance maps. That's 1890, shows the location of where the Griffin House was. Now these next pictures shows the divide right here. You can see the divide of the canyon where it went up to Highland Boy to your right and then up to Copperfield to your left. And right there on the corner you can see the big store, the Bingham Mercantile. Here's some other pictures of the Bingham Mercantile and that area right here. Now these must be before 1911 because in 1911 they'll build the Carfort Bridge, as you can see in these later pictures. And so you can see it right here with the Carfort Bridge in the background. Now we move up to Stanboard Foreign Insurance maps 1913, and we show the big store here on the corner. And then also in this 1929 fire insurance map. And here's a picture of Charles Adderley and his wife. And then here's a picture of his employees standing on the front porch here. The front porch became a gathering place for people. It was a place for band concerts, campaign speeches. Here during World War II, Abbott Costello put on an act to sell war bonds. Other people like Shirley Temple and Robert Waldo, the tallest man in the world, performed here. This place everybody knew. Sit on the steps and wait for a ride up or down the canyon, or just meet me at the big store. Street level was for groceries and the meat department. The main street level was clothing, and the basement on the Carfork side had a barber shop and leased other spaces. The store employed 18 people and grossed around $250,000 a year. So look at some of these great pictures of the big store. Look at this inside picture of it. It's so neat to look back into here. And this picture was taken in the 1920s. Looking at this inside picture, it is said that you could buy anything from a safety pin to a keg of blasting powder in the store. So they had a lot of merchandise. Also, Charles Adderley was a good man. It is said he helped many people through the Depression and through the strikes that Kennecott was always having, giving credit to many people over time to help him out. And here's some pictures of the people waiting out on that porch. Like I said, here's the front porch, and here's some other people sitting on the Carfork side on the steps. Then we even had some postcards that was taken of the big store. Here's a couple of pictures of postcards. And then here's the famous roof line I was talking about. See that shape right here. You can see it, you can just spot it in any picture you pick up and say, oh, that's the big store down there at the corner. Here's some pictures of one of the businesses they leased. It looks like it's going out of business sale. They got a sign up there. Here's a 1912 picture of it. And I guess they had the telephone offices down there at one time. And the picture of the men standing is Bill Mitchell and the manager, Francis Quinn. This is kind of interesting. They had this big awning on the front of the store on the main street. Here's some pictures of that awning sticking out. And over time, you can see that it's all tattered and everything. And it looks like it was green and white. I know that we have a picture, a colorized picture of it. They said it was red and white, but it looks like it was green and white. And here's some more overhead pictures looking down on the roof of the big store. Here's the sign that was on the side of it. This picture was taken in 1953. It says the Bingham Merc. Now this is an interesting picture. This is looking down Carfork Canyon. You see the Bingham Mercantile to the right. It's the store right there. Look how narrow that street is. Oh, gee. Here's a 1909 picture of the front of the store, and you see there's a flood coming down the street, and the people are just standing on the porch there watching the flood. Wagons are still trying to go up into the canyon. Then here's some pictures over time. Here's the 1940s and the Bingham Merc here to the left. You see the awning out. Here's a picture of the front of it. And then over time, the mine was coming this way, and it was encroaching on all these businesses. So in June of 1956, they closed their doors. And then it was raised in 1957 in January. And here's some later pictures of it, and it just looks like it just became a parking lot with these different cars. So we'll end with this nice color picture of it. This is the corner of Carfork and the main canyon right here where the Bingham Merc was.